Have you ever thought the way you think about getting older could add years to your life? Science is proving that our mindset around aging isn't just a nice to have, it's a powerful factor in how long and well we live. In this episode, I'll share with you the fascinating research that shows how our beliefs about aging impact our health, resilience, and even life expectancy. Now ponder this question. What if the key to a longer, more fulfilling life isn't in a pill or a gym, but in changing the way you think? Welcome to That's Life, I Swear. This podcast is about life's happenings in this world that conjure up such words as intriguing, frightening, life-changing, inspiring, and more. I'm Rick Barron, your host. That said, here's the rest of this story. Just about every morning I head out to my front porch with my morning paper and coffee and sit down and kind of greet the morning. I love the mornings. Over time, I've taken notice of people running or walking down the street, but make that older people. I've seen one person with hiking poles walking down the street every day without exception. The other day, I took note of two elderly ladies running at a very nice slow pace, but running just the same. Over time, I couldn't help but be very impressed with these seniors' stamina and commitment. Looking at these individuals, I know many are retired and enjoying the remaining years ahead of them. I guess you could say they're making retirement irrelevant in their active years. Now, what caught my eye one day was watching my next-door neighbors heading out. Tom and Ann are in their late 70s. Now, keep that thought in mind. Ann said they were off to play pickleball when I asked where they were headed. Pickleball? Both Tom and Ann are retired, but as of late, I've seen them always leaving their house early in the morning. Now I knew why. Aren't you two a little old for playing such an active sport? I asked. I've heard of young people sustaining injuries from playing that sport, such as ankle sprains, elbow tendonitis, knee injuries, and others. Ann said they don't worry about it at their age. She said feeling old is all a state of mind. State of mind? I wondered. When considering aging, it's not exactly like you have an option with the good Lord. You just can't ask for a new contract on life, as you only get one. I acknowledge the occasional physical limitations that come with age, but I also feel incredibly fortunate. It's great to be retired. I appreciate that growing older releases one from societal pressures, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. Most importantly, my wife and I genuinely treasure how aging has deepened our friendships, fostered richer, more meaningful connections. Through my interactions, I've encountered numerous seniors like Tom and Ann, who demonstrate that life's later chapters can be filled with meaning, joy, and achievement. Their vibrant lives challenge the widespread misconception that aging inevitably means deterioration and loss, a harmful stereotype that impacts our society more profoundly than we realize. Well, I was curious about this mindset thing, so I decided to do some research. Well, it didn't take long until I came across Yale researcher Becca Levy's groundbreaking work, illuminating a fascinating connection between our mindset about aging and our actual lifespan. Her journey into this field began with an intriguing observation during her travels to Japan in the 1990s. While conventional wisdom attributed Japanese longevity, the world's highest at the time, to their nutritional habits, notably lower consumption of meat, dairy, sugar, and potatoes compared to other developed countries, Levy noticed something more profound, the deep-rooted cultural reverence for older citizens. The contrast with American attitudes was remarkable, Levy shared. This observation sparked my curiosity about whether such positive cultural perspectives on aging might contribute to Japan's exceptional life expectancy. To explore this hypothesis, Levy delved into a comprehensive dataset, the Ohio Study of Aging and Retirement. This extensive research project, spanning 2 decades from 1975 to 1995, captured participants' perspectives on growing older. Her analysis revealed a remarkable finding. Individuals who express optimistic views about aging outlive their more pessimistic counterparts by an average of 7.5 years. This correlation remained robust even after accounting for various factors, including age, gender, economic status, social isolation, and physical health conditions. When examining neurological records from the Baltimore Study of Aging, Becca uncovered a troubling pattern in 2016. Her research revealed that individuals who harbored negative perceptions about aging during their younger years, despite being initially healthy and free from dementia, showed concerning brain changes later in life. These changes included significantly higher accumulations of plaque and tangles and a striking threefold reduction in brain volume, all recognized warning signs for Alzheimer's disease. Further investigation into health records spanning nearly 4 decades, from 1968 to 2007, provided another significant discovery. Young adults who viewed aging primarily as a period of decline faced a notably higher risk of experiencing cardiovascular complications, such as strokes or heart attacks in their later years. In explaining these connections between age-related stereotypes and physical health outcomes, Levy points to stress as a critical factor. Levy's theory is that when people internalize negative beliefs about aging, it intensifies their anxiety about growing older. This heightened stress response can disrupt the nervous system, our body's control center for vital functions including cardiovascular activity, breathing patterns, and digestive processes. Levy's experimental research in 2000 demonstrated a remarkable phenomenon. Older participants exposed to subjective messaging containing negative aging stereotypes, words like senile, dependent, and incompetent, showed immediate physiological responses, including elevated blood pressure and increased heart rates. This stood in stark contrast to those who were exposed to more positive age-related terms, such as wise, learned, and sage. A follow-up study in 2014 revealed an equally compelling inverse relationship. When researchers exposed participants to positive age-related words through subtle weekly conditioning over a month-long period, these individuals exhibited superior physical capabilities. Their enhanced balance and increased strength persisted for 3 weeks following the experiment, outperforming those in the control group who received no such positive message. The broader scientific community has since reinforced these findings with extensive research. A comprehensive 2020 meta-analysis published in PLOS One examined 422 studies across 45 nations, investigating the connection between age attitudes and health outcomes. The results were overwhelming. In more than 95% of the studies analyzed, negative age-related biases correlated directly with poorer health conditions among elderly populations. Research suggests that our mental outlook on aging shapes our physical reality through multiple pathways. While stress responses play a significant role, behavioral choices emerge as another factor. Our expectations about longevity and health often become a reality, not through magic, but through the daily decisions they inspire. Consider someone who envisions an active, vibrant future. They're naturally more inclined to make health-conscious choices today, although optimism alone won't replace the benefits of physical activity and proper nutrition. Those who believe in the possibility of a healthier later life typically engage more readily in beneficial behaviors, from regular neighborhood strolls to choosing nutritious, rich foods. Conversely, fatalistic attitudes about aging can trigger a self-defeating cycle. When people view declining health as unavoidable, they often dismiss preventive measures as pointless. This mindset might lead someone to skip that dance fitness class thinking, well, what's the use? The same pattern appears in physiological wellness. Seniors who accept depression as an inevitable part of aging frequently avoid seeking professional help, potentially missing out on effective treatments. Embracing a positive perspective on aging isn't something we're born with. It's a mindset we can cultivate at any stage of our life. To begin this transformation, Try this simple exercise. Quickly list 5 words that spring to mind when considering elderly individuals. If your associations trend towards terms like dementia, confuse, or decline, the same negative language researchers use in their age studies, you've likely absorbed society's less favorable views on aging. The good news? You can expand your mental dictionary to include more empowering terms such as mentor, accomplished, and enlightened. Confronting and reshaping our preconceptions about aging isn't just an exercise in positivity. Research suggests it could significantly impact our longevity and quality of life. The earlier we begin this mental shift, the better equipped we'll be able to embrace the full spectrum of life's stages. Breaking down generational barriers can reshape our perspective on aging. In our modern society, where different age groups often remain isolated, it's easy to develop misconceptions about older adults. However, we can develop a more optimistic blueprint for our aging journey by actively building cross-generational relationships and absorbing the wealth of experiences shared through personal stories. One powerful exercise is identifying role models who exemplify vibrant aging. Take Jane Goodall, for instance. At 90 years old, she continues her passion for taking care of the chimpanzee conservation and environmental protection with unwavering dedication. Then there are my fitness neighbors, Tom and Ann, whose influence on my outlook has been equally profound, though perhaps less globally recognized. Recently, my wife and I have taken several painting courses, watercolors to be exact. My wife is taking Polish lessons and intends to finish so that when she visits her cousins in Poland, they can have a great dialogue. The painting studies and academic endeavors do more than distract from muscle fatigue. They offer a master class in aging with vitality. Now, my podcasting keeps me busy as I love what I've learned in this communication field. My favorite part is the research. Keep the mind going, I say. The fundamental assumption that life should remain meaningful well into later years becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy through one's actions. As I observe the older people walking or running down my street in the morning, I approach my life differently as I gather valuable insights for my future. The way we view and embrace aging might be more than just a matter of outlook. It could be a critical factor in determining our long-term well-being. So what can we learn from this story? What's the takeaway? Aging is only a mindset. When we approach each day believing that life holds meaning and purpose well into our later years, we set the stage for a very fulfilling and vibrant future. This conviction, the idea that we can continue to grow, learn, and contribute, becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. We reinforce this truth through our actions, choosing to engage, exploring new interests, and nurture relationships. By embracing life's possibilities with an open heart and a curious mind, we transcend age itself, proving that our spirit, not our years, defines who we are. Well, there you go, my friends. That's life, I swear. For further information regarding the material covered in this episode, I invite you to visit my website, which you can find on Apple Podcasts, for show notes and the episode transcript. As always, I thank you for the privilege of you listening and your interest. Be sure to subscribe here or wherever you get your podcasts so you don't miss an episode. See you soon.